Then I'm trying to share my screen. Do I have access to share? Yes. Anyways, can you see my screen?
Yes, yes, yes. Amit is there or not? Amit,
Amit is there, I believe. He will be there for a while.
okay.
He might be on mute. Might be.
No issue.
All right. Now, in our previous class, we have seen how to, the architecture is what we have seen, and how do we configure those things on your Palo Alto firewall. But before I close it, I have explained you, for example, what is that? Any changes you do on the Palo Alto firewall, it will not be taking effect until you commit it.
Yes.
That was the last statement I finished.
Yes,
Now,
yes.
okay. Now we need to understand certain things with respect to Palo Alto firewall configuration. One is called as active configuration. The other one is called as candidate configuration. Okay. You need to know about these two configurations first. Then I will show you the demonstration on related to that. As an administrator, when he logs in, he is getting access to the copy of his saved configuration. Okay. That's the first thing we need to understand. He is not going to be working on the saved configuration, whereas he is going to be working on copy of saved configuration. The copy of saved configuration is known as candidate configuration.
Okay, it's not a Palo Alto configuration which I have changed. No? It's not a
Palo Alto only. It is related to Palo Alto. That's what the class we are doing.
No, not for Palo Alto. I'm saying not for the configuration which I have changed. Suppose we change any configuration. Suppose root like which I have done. It's a same. It says in the administrator role, we can access those configurations or candidate configuration. Suppose
only the candidate configuration you will have access to it.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I'll tell you one thing. In Cisco, we have two configurations. One is called as running. The other one is called as startup.
Okay.
Correct? Na? You worked on Cisco, right?
Yes, running.
Okay. Okay. When the system boots up, when a Cisco device boots up, the configuration which is stored on the NVRAM is going to be copied into your main memory, which is called as running configuration.
Okay.
Right? As an administrator, you log into the Cisco device and you change the configurations. You're directly doing it on the running configuration. In Cisco, this is on Cisco, okay? Right? Running configuration is going to be there on the RAM, whereas startup configuration is going to be stored on NVRAM. Startup configuration is the permanent configuration, whereas the running configuration is the copy of startup configuration in Cisco.
Okay.
But administrators will have access to running configuration only. Once you are done with the changes, means whenever you do the changes will be having effect immediately because you are doing the changes directly on the running configuration. But what will happen, for some reason, you reboot your device, all the changes gone because no content can be saved in RAM permanently.
Okay.
So the changes are temporary. What you have to do is, once you are done with the changes, you have to save those configurations so that it will become startup.
Yeah.
This is on Cisco, okay? Right. Here, the candidate configuration is the copy of the saved configuration. The saved configuration, often we call it as a running or active configuration. You understand what I'm saying? There is a contrast. That's the reason when people are coming from Cisco, they get a little bit confused on the configuration pattern.
Okay.
So as an administrator, when he is working, on which of the configuration he will be having access to it? Only on the copy of saved configuration. Don't forget this. You're able to see my screen, right?
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Only on the copy of the saved configuration, which is nothing but the candidate configuration. The device runs only with the saved configuration, but not with the copy.
Yes, it runs only the saved. Okay.
So because of that only, any changes you do will not be having any effect until you commit it. When you commit, what happens? The candidate will become active configuration or running configuration.
Okay.
One thing you need to remember here. Okay, let's assume that now in running configuration, there is nothing. Okay.
Yes.
There is nothing. That means 0. Nothing is there. But as an administrator, you log in and you do the changes, and then you are saving the configuration. Then the running configuration will become 1. It's a revision. Let's say it like that.
Okay.
After that, you do some changes and then commit it. Then it will become 2. Like that, it keep on saving the changed information into a file.
Okay. Latest information.
Exactly. But unfortunately or fortunately, you will also be having the old running configurations on the system. Like what? 1 will be there. So current active configuration is 2. The old running configuration is 3. Sorry, 1.
1.
Right? When changes have been done again, this will become 3. You will be having 2 old configuration, which is 2 and 1. Because of that, what will happen? You have the choice of reverting back to any of these old configurations anytime you want.
It means at the time when any changes in the suppose I have done 5 changes in the Palo Alto. Then we click on commit button. It's saved with the latest configuration, right? But in the old running configuration means they actively working with the old and current configurations. That's
why I told you running configuration is the active configuration.
Yes, the latest
active configuration is nothing but the configuration the device runs with.
Actually, runs with. It is just, listen, it's a little bit confusion. Suppose device is running with the configuration, active configuration. It's working before commit process or after committing the process?
I told you that when an administrator is logging in, he is getting the copy of saved configuration. Now, the saved configuration is nothing but a running configuration, or we are calling it as an active configuration.
Okay.
Now, whichever is there identified as active, that is what going to be copied into the candidate.
Okay.
Right? And then you do the changes, then you commit, then it will become 4.
Yeah, later.
Then you will have old running configurations as 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Like this, continuously, you will be having the backup of your configurations. Because of that, you can roll back to any of the points that you want.
Like 3
or 2. For example, you did something and you committed, you identified that whatever you have done is wrong.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Then you can immediately roll back to your previous state by rolling back to the earlier version.
Yes, now understand. Yes.
Got it?
Yes.
Okay. But sometimes there is a case. How do you know that what configuration is there in 3, what configuration is there in 2, what configuration is there in R1? Means number 1. How do we know that? So that's why we have the option of saving those configurations as well.
Okay.
You can save the configuration into a file.
Okay. File-wise. Okay.
You have the choice. So because of that, what will happen? See, every organization will be having a policy for deploying a device into the network. We call that as baselining configuration. So once you do the baseline configuration, then you can connect to the network. Once it is connected to the network, then obviously you will be doing the changes as per the requirement as comes in. Okay. Now the baseline configuration can be stored as what? Normally, we call it as a rescue configuration.
Okay.
At any point of time, whatever goes wrong, you can go back to the rescue state so that minimal access will be there.
Okay.
Right. I will show you something so that you will be able to understand something in the better manner. Let me say this. https://192.168.1.22. That is my IP address of my firewall. I'm connecting to it. Admin is my username at ssw0rd is my password. Now, can you see this creating administrative session?
Yes. Yes.
Which basically takes the copy of active configuration.
Active.
Think logically and understand that. It is taking the copy. That means you are gaining access to the active configuration.
Okay. Which I have saved as a latest commit.
Sorry?
The active configuration means which we have saved in the commit section.
It is a commit statement. Yes.
Latest.
Yes. When it is committed, it becomes active. Okay. Now, see here, the name of the device is PAVM. That is there. Now, let me try to change it. Then before that, I will show you. Can you see under the device, under the operation, can you see something called as revert, save, load, export, import? Can you see them? Okay, I'll do one thing. I will little bit increase the font so that it will be better visible for you. Can you see them?
Yes, my team is done with when we update any firewall, to save the configuration and export the configuration version, all these things before.
Exactly.
Yes, I have done. Yes, they are done. They are done in front of me.
Okay. So now little bit clear on that part.
Yeah, later. Yeah, you can go through with it.
Okay. Now what I have to do is I can save the configurations and then I can revert back to it. Now I haven't saved anything now, correct? No? As of today, whatever the changes I have done yesterday, sorry, not on yesterday, I think on Thursday, I believe. Whatever the changes I have done, I committed. Because of that only, I was able to see the interfaces, whatever I have configured, which is in upstate. You remember, this is what we have done.
Yes,
we configured some of the zones and we have configured a couple of interfaces. Hope you remember that part.
Yes, yes, I know. Yes.
Okay. Now, the point is, I didn't save any of the configuration. But if I try to go for it, revert to lost configuration, lost saved configuration. I'm going for it. No, not this one. Sorry. Okay. Now, see here, there is no name. If I drop down, can you see one thing called as running config.xml? This is the position number 1. Okay. Now, how many configurations you have?
I think 4.
Only 1 is there. Correct? Na?
Okay, 1.
Only 1 is there.
Okay.
Right. Now, what I wanted to do is I would like to change the name of the device. Let me go to the management. And then I'm going to be changing the host name. And then I'm going to be committing it. Let me call this as lab work. That's the name I'm giving. Rest of the things we will see later. That's the same. Now I can commit it. Okay.
Yes.
We will see this commit options and all later on. And these are all the areas people get stuck. That's why I'm just taking more time in explaining these things.
Okay.
Okay, configuration committed successfully. Let's wait for this to, okay.
Yeah, it's done.
Now, again, I'm just going through the operations, trying to go back, checking it out what we have. Only one is there. 1 minute. Let me check. Here it is. Load configuration version. I can see them, all the changes. Can you see them? This is the one when I changed it. 27/9/2023 by 5:58. Why it is showing wrong time? Because we had the classes in the afternoon. Correct? Na?
Yes, yes, yes.
Now it is showing 9 o'clock because we didn't configure any date and time.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so 9/12 it is showing. So this is the configuration version number 1, and this is my configuration version number 2.
Latest, yes.
Okay, so this is how you can move between the versions what you have stored.
Okay.
Apart from that, if you would like to save any of the configuration with your own custom name, can you see them? I can take, save named configuration class 3 PC NSA. Just for the namesake, I'm just loading it. Okay. 1 minute, Balendra, I'm just getting a call. 1 minute.
Okay, okay.
சொல்லுங்க மைதீன். இல்ல மைதீன் கிளாஸ்ல தான் இருக்கேன். ஒன்றும் பிரச்சனை இல்லை, சொல்லுங்க, சொல்லிட்டாங்க.
इसमें ना पूरा लगा मेरे सामने वीडियो वीडियो ये पूरी कार भी दिखता है
Okay.
One, yes.
Now I say okay, but I have to commit it.
Yes.
Without commitment, without committing, it is not going to be taking any effect.
Okay. In earlier change, after updating the host name, we click on the commit na.
Yes.
But
Without committing, how it will happen?
nah, yes, its host name is changed. Okay. Now we are going to load in the previous version.
Not previous version, previous to previous version.
Okay, go to.
I chose one, right?
Yes, you choose one. Now the host name is again changed.
Yes, yes, yes. It would be changed. It is shown in the default status.
Okay, yes, yes. मैं कल तो खाना थी मेनू में अब पक्का के नंबर सुनो कितना ना नीचे पंखा देखते बेटे आके यार पंखा तेजी कर दे यार तेजी कर दे पंखा फुल कर दे रिकी बस
हाँ वो अपनी टाइम में एक्चुअली कॉपी में फोल्डर
All right. Now I'm just going back to the device. Check it out. What is the name we have?
Yes. VM.
Okay.
Mhm.
So that is what you need to understand. First stage. This is your first stage with respect to what the configuration versions that you need to understand. First of all, you need to understand what is running configuration or active configuration. The second one is candidate configuration.
Now, whichever changes is done, the latest changes, that click on the commit button is saved. If you want to go for the previous version, then click on the load configuration, which I want 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes, configuration version. That's what you have to do it.
Yes, yeah.
That backup is being taken automatically. You are not doing anything. That versions are being created automatically as you commit.
Okay.
Don't forget that part.
Backup
Okay.
is automatically.
Sorry. Automatically, the configuration versions are coming in. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, 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 yes.
When you commit, the old running configuration is being created automatically. You are not saving the configuration as a backup.
Okay.
You are not saving. As an administrator, you are not doing those backup configurations. When the commit is happening, the existing configuration is going to be moved into a configuration version automatically.
Suppose, Gopi, suppose it's four old running configuration, right? Four old running configuration, 1, 2, 3, or 4. Okay. Suppose you log in the morning, you have done some changes. Suppose you change the host name. When we click on the commit button, it changes to 4 running configuration. Suppose, okay. And after that, in the evening, I log in. Then I again change the host name or any changes. Okay. Then it goes to the old running configurations 5, right?
I don't understand what you're asking. Morning, you did some change. The host name you're changing.
Yes, you have changed.
Did you commit or not?
Yeah,
Did you
commit.
commit?
Yes,
You
commit.
committed. Okay.
Yes.
Evening, you are logging in and you're doing the changes.
And I have again changed with the name Balender.
Okay.
Balender. Then I click on the commit button. Okay. When you commit button, when you click commit button in the morning, you change goes to the 5. Suppose old running configuration 5. Then I log in the evening, then I again change the host name. Then I commit is old running configuration 6, right? 5,
the
6.
current active configuration will be positioned to 6. The old running configuration will be moved
5.
to
5.
5. That's all.
Yes, that's the main question.
Correct. Now you can see here the date and time. When you go for load configuration version, you can check it out which date it is being saved.
Yes, yes.
Okay. This is the oldest one. This is the newest one.
Yes. Light one kar di?
Right?
Yes, yes.
That is what the version that you need to understand. First, differentiate what is running, what is candidate. That differentiation, you must be having it.
Okay.
Right?
Yes, right.
Now, you are doing something, right? Okay, let's say that you're doing many changes on this Palo Alto firewall. Finally, you notice that you messed up with the configuration. You didn't commit.
Okay.
You didn't commit. You wanted to have the fresh configuration. What do? If you choose the configuration version, it will go back to the previous version.
Yes, previous, yes.
But you want a fresh copy of the current active file.
Which I have done.
Yes. No, you didn't do it. You did something. You messed up with something.
But you never click on the
you want to clear all the changes that you have done.
Yes.
That is where you can see revert to running configuration. Can you see that?
Yes.
When you say revert to running configuration, we know what is running configuration, which is nothing but the active configuration.
Yes.
Okay. But you also need to understand the candidate configurations, whatever you have done, you can leave without commit.
Okay.
Right. You can leave without commit. For example, again, I'm just changing the host name. Okay. I'm just going back to commit. I'm not going to be committing now. Okay. I'm not committing it.
You just simple
now, once again, I'm opening up another browser. maybe 92.168. It's logging in automatically because of the cache. Anyway, let me close this window. Log out from here. See, the log out you can see under the bottom. Can you see here?
Yes, yes, log out. Yes, yes.
I'm just logging out. Once again, I'm logging in. Admin is the username and the password, whatever I have configured.
Gopi, you are using Mac? iMac?
Yes. Yes. MacBook Pro. Okay. I'm sitting in a different place today, so my internet is slow from here.
Okay, okay.
I'm using a splitter that is taking a little bit time. Okay, now I'm just going back to the device area, checking it out whether the change is there or not. Can you see the name is there?
Yes, the name is there without clicking on the.
But
Okay.
yes, but it is not going to be in effect. Can you see this here? This is the saved configuration.
Okay. Again,
Right.
yeah.
I need to commit it. So there is here one more thing that you need to understand. I normally do when we work with the Juniper, we have lot of options with respect to working on configurations and saving the configuration. When do you want to apply and all? Okay. Now here, similar kind of an operations are there. Believe it or not, the architect of Palo Alto is closely related to the architect of NetScreen. Okay, fine. We don't want to get into that. Anyway, fine. Here, what I'm trying to say that is, you have a scheduled, what is that called? Change. Let's say that you have a scheduled change. What do you normally do during the schedule? You go and do the changes and then you commit it. That's what we normally do. Correct? Na?
Yes, yes, yes.
But why do I have to wait for the time to come and do the changes? I can do the change and I can keep it ready. When time comes, I can commit it.
Yes, okay.
You're getting my point, right?
Yes, you're getting it.
No, what I can do is I can save these configurations after doing all the changes. I don't want to commit now.
Okay.
I can save the candidate configuration. Right?
Okay.
So anytime I want, I can load the saved configuration and then I can commit it.
Yes, 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 yes.
But this leads to another problem. Now, again, I'm opening up this one. So this candidate configuration where you have, it is not being stored in the client machine, stored on PA, not on client PC.
Okay.
That is an advantage. What is that? For some reason, you lost your connectivity, your machine got rebooted. Still, when you log in, those changes are there on the PA device. Until unless the PA rebooted, the configurations are not going to be removed.
Okay. It's
right?
only stored in the Palo Alto device.
And on the Palo Alto device. The candidate configuration will be available on the Palo Alto device.
Yes, same.
But it leads to another problem. What is that? Any administrator, as he logs in, he has access to
Good file.
candidate configuration.
No.
Right?
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Now, as he done his changes, when he commit, what will happen?
If the administrator done any changes, the click on the add commit button. The
I'm not saying, see, you are an administrator, I'm also an administrator.
yes, okay.
You were doing some changes. I didn't know about it.
Yes, you didn't know about it. Yes, okay.
You were doing the changes, but you didn't commit. In the meanwhile, your system got rebooted. Now I have logged in. I have access to the candidate configuration, right? Now I'm trying to do the changes, and then I'm trying to commit it. When I commit, I have the choice of saying, can you see commit all changes or commit changes made by which administrator?
Okay, you have the option.
Right? So you have to be very careful when you're doing the changes with Palo Alto.
Okay.
When you commit, choose the administrator as you are the administrator. You can choose your name and then commit it.
When we choose the administrator, right now, it changes will be done in the
Exactly.
whole Palo Alto part.
If you don't do this one and do this one, probably another administrator could be doing some changes parallelly. You are applying his changes also onto the Palo Alto device.
Yeah, commit. When we commit on the administrator, any commit on the administrator right now, the changes will be done in the whole Palo Alto file. Yeah.
No. If you do this, all changes
All
done
changes
by
will be
all
done.
the administrator.
Yes, yes, yes.
When you do this, only the administrator that you have chosen, whatever the changes he has done,
Yes,
will
yes,
be
yes.
committed.
Yes,
That
suppose
is what the
admin 1,
difference.
admin 2, admin 3, admin 4. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And one of the beauty part of your Palo Alto device is, when I commit, it is not going to be committed just like that. A validation is going to be happening. Let me say, I'm committing it. Now, can you see it is on queue? It is on pending. If there is any configuration conflict, it will be error. It will be showing an error, stating this configuration is not perfect. There are 3 different set of messages you can see when you commit it.
Okay.
One is success, error, warning.
Okay.
Success means all your changes have been successfully committed.
Okay.
Error.
One thing, please wait. I'm going to interrupt.
Error. Sorry.
Wait. Suppose a little bit confusion over there. Suppose you are an admin and I'm also the admin. Little bit confusion here.
Wait. Let me finish this. Then you can ask that question.
Okay.
When commit happens, it can be in 3 different stages. If it can be successfully committed, you can see the success message. All the changes have been committed, whether you have chosen commit all change or commit by administrator.
Yes, solid done.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
If the commit is successful, you can see the success message.
Okay.
If it is not, there is an issue. You are not able to complete the whole configuration. There is a problem. There is some dependent configuration. You missed it. That time, it is going to be showing an error. No commit successful by this time.
Okay.
The third one is commit succeeded, but there is some concern.
Okay.
That means whatever the changes you have done has been committed successfully, but there is a certain warning message. For example, assuming that I'm just giving an example, this is not the use case. I'm just giving you an example. What I'm trying to say here is you have only one administrator here. Am I right?
Yes. Okay.
The default administrator is what we are working with. Okay. Now, what happens? If there is a condition stating what you need to have different administrators. In Juniper, that is the case.
Okay.
Without setting up a password for the root user, you cannot commit the changes at all.
Okay.
When you commit without setting up the password for the root user, it will be throwing an error.
Okay.
That means there is a mandatory configuration that you haven't completed. Because of that, I cannot commit any of the changes that you have given.
Okay.
That is error. The third one, what I'm trying to say here is there is something is missing, which is not that critical. It is okay to be committed. By the time when you commit, the commit will succeed with warnings.
Okay.
It will give you a notification, you missed this, you missed that. Please make sure that you complete that configuration so that it will be working properly.
Okay.
So success, error, warning. Don't forget this.
Okay.
Now you can ask your question.
Okay. Suppose we have you are the admin. I am also the admin. Okay. I have done changes with the hostname change Blinder 123. Then I click the commit button to save the configuration.
Yeah, why not? You can.
Okay, but in the meantime, the same here changes the Gopi 123. When you click on the commit button, the latest configuration is same with
That
the
is okay,
Gopi button.
because when I commit, I'm going to be committing my changes only.
Yes. And
No.
and when you click, you see the options, na? Commit all configuration or commit admin.
But
Yes.
what will happen? Whichever is the latest one, that will be taken.
Okay, why if we
Who changed it first? You changed it first, or I changed it?
suppose I change it first.
Then what is who has the recent configuration? After you change, I change the host name, correct?
You.
So obviously, the latest information is what going to be taken, which is nothing but my
Yes.
host name.
You with your host name, Gopi 123.
Yes, correct.
Yes.
That is the latest update, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now that is where we are getting into another area.
Commit to the all changes or
No. Wait. We are talking about config lock in this case.
Okay.
What is the config lock? After the commit, can you see a lock symbol
Okay.
here? Now, what I can do is I can take the lock, but there are two different types of lock I can take. One is called as commit lock. The other one is called as config lock. Can you see that?
Yeah. Commit. Okay.
When I say commit lock, other administrators can log in. They can do changes, but they cannot commit until I release the lock.
Okay. You have an admin rights.
Yes. Until I release the lock, they cannot change it. Same way, when I say config lock, the administrator cannot do the configuration at all until I release. For example, let me say that I'm going for a commit lock. Okay, fine. Okay, now the lock is on.
Yes.
Close. Now you can see the lock symbol is on. Any administrator who log in, they can see this lock symbol. Who has the lock? Now, the other administrators, can they be allowed to log in? Yes, they can be.
Okay.
They can do changes? Yes, they can do changes. Can they commit? No.
Yes.
Until I release this lock, they cannot do any of the changes. But you have to be very careful when you're taking the locks. As you're taking the lock, after your work is done, please remember to release the lock.
Okay, the later configuration is not saved until we unlock.
No. The other administrator changes are not being saved. That's the problem. See, Balinder logged in. Okay. Balinder has taken the commit lock.
Yes.
I can log in now. There is no problem. Commit lock only you have taken.
Yes.
I can log in. I can do any of the changes I want, but I cannot commit it until you open that.
Yes, that is the main question. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
When you release the lock, I can commit.
You saved this. Okay.
Yes. But one more thing you need to understand, if I'm having a better privilege than you, I can override the lock.
Okay.
I can take the lock.
Okay. Okay. Right.
Got it?
Got it.
Okay. Okay. Now, what I'm trying to say here is, if an administrator has rights to recover the lock, they can do it. That's the point we need to understand.
Okay.
All right?
Right.
Okay. Now, it leads to another area. How do I create additional administrator? Okay. Now, I can have local database. I can also have central database. When I say local database, the usernames and passwords are configured locally on the PA device.
Okay.
Whereas in this case, usernames and passwords can be verified against central database. Like what? Your AD, the cats, radius.
Okay. Okay.
Which one is better? Obviously, associating with a centralized database is what better. Why? Because when the users or when the administrators are logging in, anyway, we are going to be creating an account on the AD.
Yes.
Same way, when they leave, when you remove the account from the AD, automatically the work is over. What if we create the administrators locally on the system? As the administrators are joining into your company, new administrators are joining, you need to create the new administrators inside your Palo Alto device. Same way, when they are leaving, you may need to remove them. Right? Now,
Yeah.
there is one thing that we need to understand when you're working with usernames and password, which is nothing but the rights, the privileges. Right? When I say these privileges, different administrators can have different rights within the organization on the same Palo Alto device. It is not that every administrator will have full access to it.
Okay.
I can have different privileges.
Yeah. Like my team is not full access to access the Palo Alto device.
Yeah. So I can say, I can start defining those privileges. Those are called roles.
Your voice is not clear. Your voice is voice is not audible.
My voice now, is that clear?
Yeah, now it's okay. Now it's okay.
Okay. What I'm saying that the privileges, if I'm going to be configuring individually to the users, it is a tedious, time-consuming job. Now, what I do is I can create the roles. The roles are going to be associated with the privileges. As I create the administrators, I can map the users to the role, as we do in Active Directory.
Okay.
Right. See here, if I come to this, can you see this admin roles?
Yes, yes.
There are some administrator roles by default: audit admin, crypt admin, security admin.
This is by default.
By default, it is available. This is a new box. We didn't do any configuration here.
Okay, it's a new box. Okay.
Right?
Okay.
I can go and create the administrators here. When I add it, can I see this role based? What administrators I have? Audit admin, crypt admin, and security admin.
All right.
Okay. One more thing you need to understand, there is something called as dynamic. This is not listed for us. Again, these are the roles or defined within your Palo Alto device, which are non-editable.
Okay.
Okay. Now here, if I go to the roles, I'm trying to do some changes. Can I do changes? Yes, I can do changes.
Yes, yes.
Can you see them? I can do changes.
Yes.
But the administrator as I create, there are some administrator type super user read only, device administrator read only.
Okay, in a dynamic. Okay.
Right. I don't have any control on changing the privileges associated to these roles.
Okay.
These are also predefined. Role-based also, I can see some predefined. Okay?
Okay.
The role-based one are editable, dynamic or non-editable.
Okay.
By default, can you see the admin has taken the role of super user?
Yeah.
When I say super user, he has the ultimate authority on the device.
Complete.
He has complete access to it.
Yes, yes, yes.
Right?
Right.
But if I create an administrator with read-only privileges of the same role, super user, he can access everything, but he cannot do any changes. I can map the user to the super user role.
Yes.
Or else I can create couple of roles here. Let me call it as admin, L1 admin. Let me call it as L1 admin.
Mhm.
What this administrator can do, he can monitor, but he cannot do any changes. Let me remove this access. When I click on that, can you see that it is from the tick mark, it has gone to the cross mark.
Okay, okay, okay.
When it's cross mark, it is disabled totally, which means it is not going to be visible for that administrator at all. Monitor, it is there. Let me go ahead and disable the rest of the policies, objects, networks, device,
Yes, yes.
operations, privacy. I can do everything. I can disable everything. You cannot do any changes. You cannot do anything. Okay, it's an L1 admin.
Yes, right, correct, right.
Same way, I can create an additional role like L2 admin. Let him have dashboard, monitor, he can access. When it comes to policies, he is going to be having read only.
Okay.
Now, security policy, can you see this one now?
Yes, yes, yes.
Read only. If I click once again, it will be disabled.
Okay.
Once again, available, read only, disabled.
Okay, okay, okay.
Right? So now let me say this is going to be read only. All of them are read only.
You've done any, you're not able to done any changes, no?
He can see it.
Yes, yes.
He can see it, but he cannot do any changes on it. Right? Like this, I can create multiple roles as I want. At the same time, here, you can also see this can be via XML API, means the device management can be done.
Copy, please, wait. हाँ जी तो हाँ मैं अगर मैं क्लास सर्टिफिकेट तो मैं तो करता 15 मिनट रुक यस कॉपी
The device management can be done via web UI, can be done via command line, can be done via APIs.
Okay.
Now, APIs are nothing but application programmable interfaces. Like if you have a third-party application through which Palo Alto device can be managed.
Okay.
But what you want via XML, if you would like to see, I'm enabling commit via XML API.
Okay.
I would like to go for IoT agent. Same way REST API, whatever I want, I can enable or disable whatever I want, I can do it. Right?
Okay.
So once you have created what is that called the admin role, the next stage is create the administrators. Let me go and create an administrator as what? Balinder. And the password is going to be the local password.
Okay.
Okay. And this guy is going to be any of the administrator. Let's say L2 admin.
Same question I want to ask
What is that?
because when I have a team in the Wipro, now I don't have access to the complete firewall. They created a rule and they
Correct.
for the read only. Some
So,
rules working.
but of course, we have to commit it.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. So let me commit.
Commit all changes.
Yes. Because only one administrator is there, na?
Suppose two administrator is there, Gopi and Balinder is there. So I want to change it with the Balinder only. So there is a changes only done with the Balinder only, right? Not for Gopi.
No. When you commit it, right?
Yes, commit via admin rules.
Yeah. But if I have the better privilege than you, then you cannot choose it. You can choose only your changes, not my changes.
Okay.
If I'm a super user, I have total control on it. Okay. Right? Now, if I log out, and then I'm going to be logging in once again.
BHA. Achieve
I have
top of it.
given-
Here's email ID, username, password.
I don't think the password is correct. Let's see. Ah, it's correct.
Raja Bandhan.
Sorry?
No, no. Raja Krishna Bandhan. मेरा वो बंद है ना, वो कैमरे भी मेरा.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now if we come here, see here, the security policy. Do I have access to write here, add new policy?
No, 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 no.
Because Balinder has only read-only access. Anything is there, he can read, but he cannot do any changes into it.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now, this is one side of it. The second side of it, if you would like to have a centralized database, first of all, you need to refer that server.
How many can I converge? बोलो कि मैं आज का नहीं मैं देखता हूँ
Okay. Now see here, when I go to the device, if I have to create some additional thing, can you see the radius server here? The server profiles, TACAX plus, LDAP, can you see them?
Yes. Kakas.
You need to refer those servers first of all. If assuming that I have LDAP, I need to create an LDAP server, my AD. Whatever the name that you want, you can give. Now the server list, I don't have any server list. I'm just going to be adding it. Name of this AD server. LDAP server IP address is 192.168.1.23. Whatever the server IP address you have. Then the server setting is going to be like what? Active Directory means Active Directory. Whatever the details, the distinguisher name, password, once you have added, and the servers will be available over there.
Yes.
Let me call this as well. But anyway, Active Directory, bind DN. I don't have any DN here. Base DN. Let me call this as administrator. Just for the sake, I'm just giving it. Now, I won't be having that information with me. This is not SSL protected. Okay. Now I have added the server. Okay. But the server is not there. The server is not there. Just to show you, I'm just adding them. Now, what I can do is administrators, add administrators. Can you see this authentication profile is there? In this authentication profile, I need to create a profile which can be referring that the Active Directory. AD auth profile, right? The type is going to be my LDAP. Then the server profile, what I have created now. Can you see that? The my AD.
Authentication.
LDAP. If you have anything, you can say. Now I'm going to be saying all. Authentication is going to be there. Now I have added this authentication profile. Now I can add, name is what? AD user. Now I can choose the AD auth profile. Right? This is how. To which of the role you want to map them, I can choose them to the admin, L1 admin role.
It's the same profile.
Yes. So now the users will be authenticated against the authentication profile what you have created. This authentication profile is pointing to the server profile pointing to the server, on which port number, what is the username and password to query the. Got it?
Yes, got it.
So you can authenticate yourself with the Active Directory server or TechX Plus server or Radius server or Kerberos. Even SAML is also supported by your Palo Alto device if you have the SAML server within your organization. Something like your single sign-on. Normally we implement with Kerberos, SAML, eTrust SideMinder. Like this, there are so many components out there. Here, you have the support for Kerberos. You also have the support for SAML. What is that SAML? Can you see here? SAML identity provider. Can you see that? Kerberos is also supported. LDAP is also supported. TechX Plus is also supported. Right?
Suppose I have any server up there, then you can add the IP address of this. Like
yes. Not only the IP address, you also need to feed in the details. Like what? What is the base DN? What is the bind DN? What is the password? What type of a server it is? And this is what the IP address of your server.
yeah.
And these details, you can collect it from your server team.
Yes.
Then you just need to feed them. That's all. Once you have feeded those details, then you will be able to refer them inside your admins. Yes, exactly.
Server.
Yes.
Once the machine is ready, then you will define any roles. The machine is created.
Correct. That's all.
Okay.
All right. So I believe this is enough for today. I will share these details with you because these information you may not be in the position to read anywhere except the documentation part.
Yes.
So it is little bit confusing when you overlap this content between each other. So I strongly recommend to have a close reading on it. When you get stuck somewhere, please make sure that you are notifying those questions. Make a note of those questions so that in a class you can ask it.
Yes.
I did create a page for you. Folder.
So tomorrow timing is 12, na?
12. 12 only, na?
Yes, 12. Yeah.
Okay. Okay then. See you tomorrow.
See you. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah. Amit?